The galaxy held its breath. The Jedi Council was in disarray. Outer Rim worlds reported mass disappearances. Villages empty, temples burned, children taken. The Crimson Legion had moved like a ghost across systems. But it wasn't a declaration of war. Not yet. It was a message. In the ruins of a Jedi enclave on Dantooine, scorched into the stone with a lightsaber, was one name. Ethan. Ethan sat alone in meditation aboard Silver's ship, the Warden's Mercy. His breathing was calm, until the shadows around him shifted. Ethan. A familiar voice echoed inside his mind. Not like before, not a ghost, real. Bryson? I'm not here to hurt you. I need you to understand. The Jedi lied to us. They left us weak. Ethan gritted his teeth. You're being controlled. That thing inside you. No, I control it now. I've seen what the Force truly is. The Jedi trained us to fear power, but power isn't evil, unless you waste it. Ethan shook his head. You killed Jaden. You killed yourself. And now you want me to follow you. Bryson's voice softened. You were like a brother to me. I don't want to fight you. I want to save you from what I couldn't escape. The vision vanished, leaving Ethan cold and shaken. Silver entered the chamber moments later, having felt the disturbance. He contacted you. Ethan nodded, still breathing hard. He's coming. He wants me to join him. Silver frowned. Bryson's not the same. He thinks he's in control, but that entity is still there. Whispering, corrupting. He said he wanted to save me, Ethan whispered. Silver placed a hand on Ethan's shoulder. That's what makes him dangerous. He believes it. A week later, Ethan and Silver arrived on a dead moon where Jedi archives had been hidden. It was a trap. The Crimson Legion struck fast, silent, precise, using force powers corrupted by the entity. Silver held the line while Ethan sprinted through the halls, his saber ignited. He turned a corner and stopped. Bryson stood there, alone, arms at his sides. His eyes weren't hostile. They were pleading. Come with me. I'll show you what they kept from us. Ethan hesitated just for a second. The air trembled. You're not my enemy, Bryson said. You're my future. Together, we could fix everything they broke. Ethan lowered his saber an inch. And if I refuse? Bryson's smile faded. Then I will still protect you, even from yourself. Behind them, Silver burst in, hurling a shockwave that sent Bryson flying. The brothers were separated again by war, but Bryson's voice echoed through the ruins as he vanished into shadow. I will not give up on you, Ethan, no matter how long it takes.
The Jedi Council had felt it. Darkness, heavier than any since the days of the Clone Wars. Grandmaster Celera meditated above Coruscant's shining towers, her mind reaching into the Force. She felt him. It's Bryson, she whispered, and he is not coming alone. From the shadows of the unknown regions, the Crimson Fleet emerged above Coruscant like a thunderstorm. Dozens of jagged warships blotted out the sky, blood-red symbols painted across their hulls. Panic erupted in the city below. The Jedi Temple activated planetary shields. Too late. The Legion had planned every detail. They weren't here to take the city. They were here for the Council. Bryson led the charge. Shrouded in flowing black robes etched with crimson runes, he tore through temple defenders like mist. His saber, now wild and pulsing with raw, chaotic energy, carved a burning path to the spire. His voice echoed as he moved. This is not vengeance. This is justice. The Legion's elite, dark force sensitives twisted by the entity, descended behind him, overwhelming guards with coordinated precision. In the high spire, the remaining council masters ignited their sabers. Celera stood at the head, her golden blade steady. You were one of us once, Bryson. You had potential for greatness. Bryson stepped into the chamber slowly, eyes glowing with the power of a dying star. I still do, but you caged it. You feared what I could become. Master Varn growled. We should have ended you on Malachor. Bryson raised his saber. You missed your chance. What followed was a maelstrom of force and fury. Bryson danced through 3 masters at once, his movements like liquid flame. He fought with both precision and savagery, using dark force techniques the Jedi had never seen. Celera fought him alone as her comrades fell around her. Their sabers clashed in a golden-red storm, light and shadow colliding in the heart of the temple. She managed to land a blow across Bryson's shoulder, but he caught her wrist in a force grip and slammed her through a column, knocking her unconscious. The spire trembled. The Jedi Council was broken. As Bryson stood over Celera's unconscious form, he raised his saber. One strike, and the Jedi Order would lose its leader. But his hand trembled. Ethan's voice echoed in his head. "You're not my enemy." For a single, fractured second, his saber dimmed. Then sirens blared. Republic reinforcements swarmed the temple. Silver had returned with strike teams. Bryson's eyes narrowed. He turned and vanished in a shroud of red mist. The Jedi Temple smoldered. The High Spire was broken, 3 Council Masters dead, 2 more gravely injured. And etched into the Council Chamber wall, scorched by saber fire, were Bryson's final words. "Your time is over." The Jedi Temple lay in ruin. Smoke coiled through the sky like the breath of some dying beast. Emergency ships ferried the wounded. Silver stood beside the shattered gates of the High Spire, his golden saber scorched from battle. His cloak was torn, his eyes heavy. Ethan emerged from the rubble, limping, a fresh burn trailing up his arm. 3 masters. Gone, he said quietly. All that power, and he didn't even hesitate. He did, Silver replied. For 1 second. Ethan looked up, surprised. He could have killed them all, but something held him back. Me, Silver nodded. And that may be the only thing keeping him from tearing the galaxy apart. Deep in the unknown regions, Bryson stood at the heart of a fortress carved from obsidian, the Crimson Citadel. The sky above it was a swirling red vortex, warped by the Force. The Legion trained around him, thousands strong, Sith warriors, corrupted Jedi, and creatures twisted by the dark side. And yet, he stood alone. A voice echoed in his mind. The entity. They will betray you. They always have. Bryson clenched his fists. Number, I lead them. I control you. Not for long. He walked to a war table. Holograms of Republic fleets shimmered before him. Coruscant, Ossus, Corellia. We burn them all, and then... He touched the final image. Ethan. He'll see the truth. On a distant moon called Virelia, beyond Republic space, 7 Jedi gathered in secret. Survivors, exiles, masters who had faded into myth. One stepped forward, an old warrior with half a faceplate and a single hand, Master Rallo Ven. The council is broken, the temple shattered, but we are not done. Another, a young Mirialan knight, asked, What can we do against a Sith with an army? Master Ven looked to the stars. We don't fight his army, we fight him. As night fell over the ruined temple, Silver stood in front of the council chamber one last time. He lit a beacon, an old Jedi distress signal, and cast it into hyperspace. To all who still believe in the light, he said into the transmission, the Jedi are not gone. We are scattered, wounded, but not dead. Bryson Voss has become the greatest threat the galaxy has seen since the Sith Wars. We will not face him as masters and Padawans. We will face him as survivors, as brothers, as Jedi. And somewhere, across space, the beacon found its first answer. The Crimson Citadel was never quiet. Even in sleep, its stone walls murmured with power. But tonight, Bryson stood alone beneath its core, deep in a hidden sanctum carved in the rock beneath his throne. Crimson runes glowed across the chamber. The air was thin. The force here felt old. He lit a torch of violet flame, stepped forward, and opened a vault sealed for centuries. Inside, a dark altar pulsed with lightless power. I did everything you demanded, Bryson muttered. I built your army. I shattered the Jedi. I embraced the darkness. The room trembled. The shadows bent. And then the voice spoke, not in sound, but in thought. You are not my first. Visions flooded Bryson's mind. 1,000 years ago, Sith tombs burning on Korriban. Jedi fleeing from a monstrous figure cloaked in shadow and flame. He saw Sith slain not by Jedi blades, but by their own fear, their own ambition twisted. "Who are you?" Bryson asked. "What are you?" And the answer came, not in a whisper, but in a roar. "I am the wound in the Force. I am Nihil Wraith." Bryson staggered. "You're a Sith?" "I am older than Sith, older than Jedi, born in the void between wars, when both sides were broken and neither could win. I am what remains when hope dies. I was sealed by the first Jedi Warden, by your bloodline, by Silver's ancient kin, until you tore the veil." Bryson clenched his fists. "You used me. I awakened you. I gave you purpose. You poisoned my mind. I showed you truth." Then a flash, Ethan's face torn by fear, Salira on the ground, Jaden's death, his own hands covered in blood. He fell to his knees. "What do you want from me?" And the entity whispered like a storm behind a door. "Everything." Far across the stars, Silver sat cross-legged in meditation aboard the Warden's Mercy. A ripple struck him like lightning. He gasped, eyes wide. Ethan entered. "What was that?" Silver stood slowly. It wasn't Bryson this time. He turned to the stars. Something else is with him. Something that's waited for centuries. A darkness that outlived even the Sith. Back in the sanctum, Bryson stared at the altar. His face was pale, his voice cracked. "I am not your puppet." The entity laughed, a low, endless sound. "Then become my vessel." And with that, the altar's light engulfed Bryson. The galaxy trembled. Again,